A hero driver who ran across a busy motorway to save another motorist was hauled before a court for driving offences. But Christopher Dye has now finally received the bravery award he so deserved for saving the life of fellow driver Murray Smoker on the M62. Murray's car was involved in a horror crash and flipped onto its roof close to junction 22 of the motorway in May last year. With no thought for his own safety, brave Christopher, 28, jumped from his car and helped the 31-year-old driver. The smash was all caught on Mr. Dye's dashcam, but he was charged with driving without due consideration for other road users regarding an alleged altercation with a van driver that caused the crash. He appeared before magistrates in March and the case was eventually dropped after he enlisted the help of celebrity lawyer Mr. Loophole Nick Freeman. And now Mr. Dye, from Sheffield, is to receive a top national bravery and life-saving honor. Despite the danger of passing vehicles, Mr. Dye left his own vehicle and ran to the upturned car, where he managed to force open the jammed door and get Mr. Smoker out to safety. Mr. Dye later had to be treated for injuries to his back and shoulders which he suffered while he was fighting to rescue Mr. Smoker, reports the Huddersfield Examiner. The van driver who caused the crash was later fined £500 and banned from driving for 6 months after pleading guilty to careless driving. Mr. Dye will receive a Royal Humane Society testimonial on parchment for his courageous, and he also won the personal praise of Andrew Chapman, Secretary of the Royal Humane Society. As he announced the award at the Society's headquarters in London, he said, "This was an act of supreme bravery." In his bid to rescue the other motorist who was trapped in his car, which was upside down, Mr. Dye ran the gauntlet of other traffic on the motorway. He could have been knocked down and injured or worse, but his only thought was for the other driver. It was a very courageous act and he richly deserves the award. The Royal Humane Society honors bravery in the saving of human life. It was founded in 1774 by two of the day's eminent medical men, William Hawes and Thomas Cogan. Their primary motive was to promote techniques of resuscitation. However, as it emerged that numerous people were prepared to put their own lives at risk to save others, the award scheme evolved, and today a variety of awards are made depending on the bravery involved. The Society also awards non-healthcare professionals who perform a successful resuscitation. Since it was set up, the Society has considered over 87,000 cases and made over 200,000 awards. The Society is a registered charity which receives no public funding and is dependent on voluntary donations. It is one of a select number of organizations to recently receive a donation from the Patrons Fund, which was set up to acknowledge work done by all organizations of which the Queen is the patron to mark her 90th birthday.